Hello, everybody! Cyanesk111 here, and welcome back to more Duchy. I didn't think I'd be playing this game again before the end of the year, but guess what? This game got a brand new faction that I will be checking out as soon as I see what I can unlock with the crowns I obtained via playing on my own time. So the developer added a bunch of new things in addition to the faction that I'm about to play as, including the new location Fortune Teller. Remove cards of a certain category from your run. I bet that'll be interesting. Costs only 1 crown, so it won't serve as much of a hindrance if you're going straight up. Ridgeways. Replace 1 random terrain piece with long-shaped pieces of the same terrain. That'll be interesting if you're looking to get Tetrises and explore 4 rows at once. Near the very bottom is Military Hospital. When placed, recruit 1 sword for each missing defense. That could be something I can work with. And way up top, we have a 2x3, the Wonder. Can't wait to see what that'll do. Resources earned during the round go towards upgrading this card. Cannot be upgraded manually. When it reaches level 5, win the run. I do have 3 crowns available, so I could unlock it, but do I want to yet? I don't expect to encounter it during this first run in a while, but I'll unlock it anyway. It could prove to be useful if I am to go for an endless run and I'm not doing very good. But anyway, the big reveal. Our new faction is the North. Yes. The North is a Viking-themed, combat-oriented faction that has a different way of doing battle as opposed to the others we've seen so far. So, our starting deck for now is the Hall of Heroes, Garrison 10, end of round, send 6 soldiers to adjacent military buildings and gain 50% of the resources earned by adjacent production buildings. Okay. And Scouting, add 2 random temporary level 1 depots to the round deck. And these are all our starting quests, which we can complete to improve our deck significantly. Let's see how many of them I can complete right now. And along with the North, there's also a new mechanic for them, called Fury, for additional units for next round. And lo and behold, we got the Fortune Teller right off the bat. So it's giving us a choice of 3 different categories of cards to remove. Do our cards actually... So we can actually go into these menus and check to see which cards fit all of these. I don't think I have any religious cards on me, obviously. So I'll just do Heretic. Yeah, it didn't really affect my deck. Here we go to the peaceful region. Okay, so Scouting is a technology card, and Hall of Heroes is our starting building card. And there's an undo mechanic added in as well. Use the undo to revert the last placed piece. This might prove useful if you've accidentally made a mistake. Again, you can customize the undo button in the options menu. So to use it, you can just use the U key on the keyboard by default. And E is actually reserved now. Oh dear. Wood Depot. I placed it right next to the Hall of Heroes. Not sure if that's going to have any effect, since one of the active faction quests is to pillage depots 5 times. I can still use the shift key to hold pieces in what? What? The controls are different now. What? I may have to go ahead and change the controls as soon as this round is over, so... Oh, man. I'm gonna have to... Okay, I definitely do not use the W key for rotation, so... Oh, jeez, oh, jeez, oh, jeez. Q key doesn't do anything. F still does constellations. Yeah, I am definitely gonna have to reconfigure my keyboard controls as soon as this round is over. This is definitely not what I'm used to at all. I don't know if it was part of the update, but this game is definitely not my ideal cup of mapping tea, if you can make sense of that. Oh, so the depot's actually... Yeah, it's showing me a message. The North has a unique aggressive fighting style that shakes up the usual strategies. For each group, you have to select a target, no chain, and the combat calculation formula remain the same. Groups can't be merged, but they can be sent to pillage production buildings to earn even more resources. But beware, it also permanently removes the pillaged card from your deck. Okay, so I have a choice between 62 wheat and 40 wood, apparently. I'm gonna go for the wheat, because I have less wheat than wood. Plundering complete, it says. I'll take an optimizer. Okay, now to remap the keyboard controls. Alright, I have applied the changes to my keyboard controls, and I'm ready to test them out as soon as we go up to these next hostile regions, but first, we have the guild to go through. Rivers, wood, or light units? I'll take light units. Horse stable. Oh, and they have little icons here that show you what faction quests to complete. I'll go ahead and take the horse stable since it will count towards one of the quests we have around. Gold Depot. Accept the gift for free. Obviously, since we have 0 gold. Now we're moving on to the hostile region right up here, and this will give me an opportunity to test the new controls I've set. Can I... Okay, so I can upgrade Scouting and Optimizer. Scouting upgrade will add 2 random temporary level 2 depots to the round deck, which I will go ahead and do. And that looks like it's it. Hoping I made all the right choices. Wait. It's rotating but also moving at the same time. What? On Earth? This is gonna be awkward. Looks like I'm gonna have to rebind the controls once again after this round. Ah, that building works with forests. Wood depot right here. Okay, the O pieces I won't have to worry about all that much, since they're the same shape whether you rotate them or not. Oh gosh, I'm not having a good time so far. How janky these controls have been. Or stable. Good thing you're here. I got it another connection to the forest. How silly am I? Food depot will go here. Okay, stronghold, if I remember correctly, will work with empty spaces, so it's my duty to not give it empty spaces if it can be helped. Ah, crap. Oh, gosh. Oh, this is really bad. This is so very bad. I can't even get long pieces to go down that last column. I really have no idea what they did to this game while they were updating it. I really don't. Well, looks like Stronghold's obviously gonna have something to work with now. Well, I think I'm gonna have no choice but to end the round now, since no more possible pieces can be put in. But, here we go. All three of the enemy buildings are placed, I see. But, swords are strong against arrows, and axes are gonna be strong against... not arrows, but neutral against axes, too. I don't think I'm gonna be taking any of these depots up with me. Battle is over. But there's still troops and enemy troops left over, so I got gold and took damage at the same time. I've never heard of that happening before. But I will take a lumber camp. And I will be rebinding my controls once again. Be right back. Alright, we are back once again, and I'm hoping that the controls work correctly this time. If not, then I would have no idea what the hell else to do. I'd pretty much just be screwed at this point. But we can take the lumber camp in, and hopefully with more military buildings we can pillage more things without having to worry about enemies. Let me go ahead and upgrade the horse stable real quick while I'm looking at all of this enemy stuff. Oh look, they got a horse stable too. Should be my duty to put it directly adjacent to any other building that either I have or they have. Okay, the controls are working correctly so far for shifting, but rotating... the right arrow doesn't work, so... gonna have to rebind my controls once again. And I hate it. Hate this so much. Oh boy. I don't know what on earth they did to the default control schemes, but... jeez. This is the worst. This really is the worst. Do the controls for falling down and steady falling still work? Okay, the fall now still works. Not sure about slow falling, though. I hit W and it automatically fell too. What is going on? Oh gosh. Almighty. I am not happy about this at all. Okay, well, part of the horse stable is not going to be getting any additional troops. The enemies, I mean. Am I still going to be able to get more troops from the horse stable that I own? I don't know. Oh. So I got troops on this forest tile and this plain tile from the Fury I have. Okay. Sounds pretty nice. I am gonna have these axes go into these swords, these axes go into these swords, and these arrows to go into these axes. I don't predict to take any damage from this battle. And that's good. Alright. Let's see what we have here. I got 11 rerolls now. Used one. I need another military building. Okay, the Forager Hut has a quest. Gain 100 gold with the Forager Hut in a single round. Guardhouse, I don't think I'll be able to work with. I think I'm just gonna take Lucky Finds for right now. Increase my chances of getting more resources. And be right back again to rebind my controls. Alright, we are back once again, and I am hoping and praying to the Lord above that all is right now with the controls. If not, then I am definitely not going to know what else to do. I'll just have to play the game with the controls as is from here on out. And in between parts, I'll have to figure out what the hell's going on. But I can upgrade Lumber Camp once again, even though I didn't have it used during that last combat section. Okay, I don't have any other buildings I can take in with me, so let's just go right in. Here's hoping everything works. Okay, good. Everything's looking good so far. Oh, thank God. Oh, man. Everything's been fixed now. Yay! Oh, boy. I think what I had to do was to go into the controls menu and out of it again after having changed the controls. And that might have been what seemed to work. But I'm not entirely sure. What I do know is that I'm gonna have a much happier time playing this game now. And I think the Lumber Camp will agree with me this time. So will the Wood Depot. Gold Depot's not gonna agree with me since there's no river connected to it. And yeah, just saying stuff out of my butt now. Okay, Hall of Heroes. I know that I'm gonna get more troops from the horse stable that I own. And that's a good thing. I don't want to place that third building down. Use what resources I can to make lines and get more of them. Wheat, wood, forest. Wheat, wood, gold. because forest is not a resource. Why did I say that? I'm confident that these axes can completely wipe out their swords. Yep, with just one axe to spare. Still not sure about how the Fury mechanic works, so it's gonna take a few ridgeways. Oh, that's something I unlocked from the progress tree earlier this part. Long pieces will definitely synergize with the optimizer. Refill defenses or gain a faction card. Military hospital is something I can definitely get. We got the wall coming up. Now, they have added new bosses to this game, one for each act, and the wall is definitely not one of them. We've encountered it a couple of times. We've encountered it in all parts prior to this. I'm sorry, I'm still pretty flustered from me not being able to get the controls right for some reason. I am gonna upgrade Hall of Heroes to level 2, though. And I have enough gold to unlock this slot for the military hospital. So that is going to get me 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 swordsmen, because we have 14 health missing. Let's see what we got. There we go. Each adjacent forced into a plane and recruit 4 for each. Not happening. And you're definitely not going next to the strategic pavilion. Now, I'm not sure if this is going to apply to enemy buildings too. So I can just play it safe and go for just my buildings for the time being. Plain or field? How about river? Huh? Or forest. Though it's gonna leave a hole, so can't put plain next to you. Don't really want to put the strategic pavilion in any place dangerous right now. That'll do. And we're gonna leave the strategic pavilion right in reserve. Where it ought to be. Okay. So, axes, swords, swords against axes, swords, arrows. Crud, I should have grabbed another military building so I can take on this wall up here. But I could send these swords up to the wall instead of these axes. I can take 12 damage, no problem. Alright. Not quite perfect, but I guess it'll do. And we unlocked Naughty North for beating Act 1 with the North, getting us 100 wood. Alright. That's good. Oh, wait. I saw something about us taking damage receiving Fury. I think I'm gonna skip this. And River, sorry, but you're gonna have to go. There's definitely so much about this faction that I'm not quite understanding. So, I may have to play it again and again on my own time to see what that'll do. I will take cartographers and move on to... Well, no matter what, I'm gonna end up at the university again, so... I'll do this hostile region with more planes. Optimizer can be upgraded again. Well, first time and again. That's the first time I've upgraded it. What am I saying? Okay, horse stable. It's theirs. I gotta make sure to not put it so far away from other buildings. Or maybe it can have no buildings in its row. That's fine too. Stone Depot can go here. Actually, maybe I can have the mercenary camp down here. Save the long mountain piece for when I'm ready to make a Tetris. Or right now. That's good too. Plus I get more stone from that. Pretty nice. Okay, Hall of Heroes can go down here. Military hospital right up here. 26 troops. Nice. That's their second horse stable up there. So maybe I could put it here for the time being. Lumber camp. Not many forests, so... not much use for that. Okay, that's their final building, which I don't want to place down if it can be helped. Food depot is going to be going right here. Gonna speed things along for the rest of this round. "12 arrows and 12 swords from Fury." And then we can take these arrows, drive them into axes. These axes can go into these swords and hopefully survive. These swords can go into these swords, and I could definitely use some stone. And there's an icon up there to remind me that if I decide to pillage the wood depot, that if I decide to pillage this lumber camp, then it's going to be permanently removed from my deck, so... glad the game warned me about that. Okay, so I think we are going to get some fury from taking damage. Though I'm not sure how much. Roll, please, and... Reservists. Sell this card to gain 40% of your max defense. Okay. It looks like I do have the wheat to upgrade it. Related to eliminating enemies. What can we do? I think Spy Network would be most suited for me. Definitely so, provided that I don't use it on a boss. Level 2 is 70% of my max health. Or defense, as it's called. Jeez, it's been a while since I played this game, man. Gonna have to take a while to relearn everything. Or nearly everything, at least. And the controls have been pretty janky up until near the end of Act 1. For some reason. Mountain and forest is what it wants. I'll deny it. Deny it for them. Hall of Heroes. We go here. Horse stable. Here. Old Tower. It's gonna work with mountain pieces, which, kind of troubles me. But I will go ahead and put it here, because it gives me a bonus for the horse stable. I think I can fit my lumber camp in there. Yep. It was tight, but I got it. Yeah, I got cartographers, so this won't be a very big deal. Alright. Moving on to what I could have explored. And all the troop placing. Wait, I thought I had 2 additional troops. I thought I had 4 Fury. Oh, whatever. I think I should win no less. Problem is, I only have 10 axes, and I'll need to take down 27 swords, or maybe 20 swords. Okay, so it doesn't look like I'm gonna be pillaging any of these depots, or the lumber camp. But I should still be okay. 5 damage, though. I'm probably gonna have to heal up soon. Masonry. Reduce all stone costs by 20%. We'll do that. And now we're on to another university. I'll just get a technology card of any type. Treadmill crane. Reduce costs overall. I'll go to the stone depot and get 150 stone. I can refill defenses at the port without me needing to sell my... what's it called? My reservist's card. I could upgrade that again, but I'm gonna save my resources for something more dire. Something I desperately need more of. I'm gonna hold off on upgrading scouting until I get some more military cards. Some military building cards. The current way I'm handling things militarily just simply won't do for right now. Mercenary camp. Do I want to place the castle right now? I don't think I do. For now, I'll place... Maybe I could place the castle down right now so Horse Stable can have something to work with. I'll go ahead and place the food depot right here. Military hospital can go... I'll actually place it right here. Away from the horse stable, but it's not going to get very many troops. I've noticed. Food depot can be improved slightly. Here comes a bastion. Not mine. Come on, where's my Hall of Heroes at? I know you're in there. There you are. Don't know if I'll be able to place it right down on top of the horse stable. But I might be okay even if I'm not able to do so. Got something from the Stone Depot again. Now the Hall of Heroes will go down right here. So many connections to the food depot. Really? Oh, I meant to place it right down to the right, but it doesn't matter. I got cartographers. And I got 10 swordsmen from Fury. But will that be enough, I wonder? At some point I'm gonna need to get some more... I'm gonna need to get some arrows in my army at some point. This seems rather intimidating. But I did heal up recently, so... I think you can do that. Have two armies fight the same enemy. For smaller damage. Oh my gosh. I took quite a beating there. Rally point. It's not arrows, but it's gonna have to do. I need to get my military might up as we head into the keep. I'm actually gonna take out the lumber camp and put in the rally point. Do I wanna get some mercenaries in too? Looks like I'm gonna have to, even though they're not of arrows. None of them are. But it probably won't really matter all that much in the end. They're level 2. I'm gonna upgrade Horse Stable again for good measure. Alright, let's see if there's anything that's changed about the keep. Oh, they've got new symbols for if two lines of sight of the towers overlap. That's clever. So that's an indication that you'll definitely not want to put any buildings on those. Or two towers will be... Or two towers will have stationed troops at the same time. Rally point. You're calling for fields, so... Adjacent planar field. Good investment. Definitely gonna have to look into getting adjacent buildings for that. I'm basically just safeguarding buildings from having to place them over the eyes. Okay, I can do this. At least. Problem is, this is the farthest point I can place the military hospital and still have the horse stable get something without placing it on the eye. That's a mercenary camp. The mercenary camp I purchased. Gonna have to save it for now. Okay, so if I place the mercenary camp right over here, I still get the bonus from the Hall of Heroes, but horse stable will do less. But that's okay, I suppose. There we go. Then comes the question of, will it be enough to take down the keep? I've got... Okay, I can't really do all of this in my head, so I'm just gonna go ahead and have all of these troops head in. Yep. That's good. 57. We didn't get any fury from taking damage, but we got Nimble North. Beat Act 2 with the North, giving us 100 gold. Excellent. Excellent, excellent, excellent. And I'm gonna take a rally point upgrade. I'll take a reroll. Wonder is a bit late for that. I'll go ahead and take the castle. Good. And goodbye, mountains. I've got all the stone I need in my inventory. I will take another building card. It's not arrows, but it is a military building. I'll take an alarm tower. I will take some more wood. And let's go to this hostile region. It's gonna take us to another guild. And I can actually spend 200 gold to get this alarm tower in too. Okay, so my main priority should be to not get the training camp to align with the... What were those called again? I did not see them enough. Crap. I don't want to place it adjacent. Okay, I can place this training camp down now. And I should try not to place any of those two other buildings aligned with these training camps. I hope I do a good job on that. Castle is coming up. Horse stable is coming up too. For depot. Okay, so it's the place of arms is what it's called. Okay, horse stable, you're going over here. Place of arms, you are going right over here. Gonna have to hold the place of arms right now. Place this piece here. Military hospital's going right here. 31 swords are what it's got. Rally point. We'll have to get it some fields at some point. Like right now. Okay, yeah, that was the better placement choice. Little extra for the rally point. Pretty good placement on most of the buildings. Didn't get any Fury troops, but that should be okay. So if I take if I take 20 axes into 25 swords, again with this, okay, so this is just a depot. I think this should be good. Alright. We got the ransacked quest complete. And we unlocked a raiding camp. Garrison 5. After placing this building adjacent to an enemy, lose 15 defense and immediately spawn another raiding camp. This could be interesting. I would enjoy using it so much if it weren't for the fact that I'm only at 50 HP max. Let's do supply line, because it's got arrows. Now this guild is going to give me a military building card with heavy units. Hunting lodge. Sure. Now this hostile region's the only region we can go to at this time. I don't have enough gold to unlock the slot, unfortunately. But what I could do... Wait, I don't have a lot of forest pieces, so... I don't know how well the hunting lodge will do. So... I think I'm gonna... take out the alarm tower and put in the supply line, since it has arrows and it's got 2 axe buildings in the enemy deck. Let's see what we can do with those. Raider colony. Lose 5 axes for each. kind of ease everything out here. That kind of arrangement. I couldn't reach to that. Plain tile. Sad. I do not want to place it too close to the watchtower, because that'll cause it to gain more troops. In fact, I'm going to hold the castle until the Hall of Heroes is received. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Crap. Crap, 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 crap. Oy. What I could do is this. Place the supply line right down here. Get some resources in exchange. Get some troops in exchange for some of my resources. Alright, that's looking good. That's their rally point. Plains or fields are what it's calling for. Hall of Heroes. I'll definitely want to place it on top of the horse stable and not beside. Because if I place it beside, then the horse stable will get no troops at all. Training camp I will hold. Castle I will put on top of the Hall of Heroes. Okay, so here comes my rally point, and I will place it right up here. Now it's gonna get some troops. Military hospital can go right down here. Yeah, screw it. They're gonna get some troops, but I'm gonna get some troops too. Oh, and the watchtower's gonna get some troops. I did not notice that. I was waiting for the long piece to come down, but that's not gonna matter now. Unfortunately. Horsing around is what I got. Willing to bet that's a faction quest. If I remember correctly. Cool deal. I think I'm getting the hang of this now, somewhat. Okay, so horsing around was not a faction quest because I didn't see an unlock window for that. But, Wooden Fortress, Bastion, Roadhouse. I will take a Bastion, since it is of arrows, after all. Oh, the Basilica. That's one of the new bosses that was added to this previous update. That's a new boss that was added to this game in the recent update. Village or trading fair. I'm gonna work my way towards the village through this hostile region to the left. And again, I do not have enough gold to unlock this slot. Bummer. I'm gonna go ahead and sell this Reverist's card right now. You will not receive any resources, but instead get 70% of your maximum defense. It repairs me to full. Yay. I don't want to upgrade military hospital just yet because we have max health, and in fact I am going to take it out for this round. And I'll instead put the Bastion in. Military hospital's still at level 1, I see. I don't understand how I haven't upgraded it at all this run. But nevertheless, let's go ahead and go. Prison. Okay, so recruit 4 arrows for each adjacent plane or field. Save that for now. Yes, I still remember the sounds of the prison fondly. I think now would be a good time to place the Bastion down. Surrounded by the maximum of 8 plane tiles, but I cannot use the Hall of Heroes on it, so I'll instead do this. Still don't know whether or not enemy buildings will be affected by the Hall of Heroes too. And I do not want to risk making a big oopsie, even if it's unintentional. The castle's gonna go here. Wasteland tile over to the left. Siege camp is theirs. I'm gonna hold that. That's their other siege camp. Supply line goes over here. Horse stable, I do not see any good place to put it. Dear. I think here should be my best bet. That was not the orientation of LPs I wanted. Oh dear. Food depot is gonna be completely useless. So yay. It looks like I've done all I can do this. Looks like I've done all I can do this round. Okay. Okay, axes, swords, and all this other stuff. Gonna take care of this prison first. Take care of this prison next. Use what's left to take out these axes, and... oh, I still have arrows left. Actually, I think I can use these arrows to take out the swords. What's left of them at that prison. Okay. We won. We won. Nice. Another horse stable. Don't really need it. Hall of Heroes is still Garrison 10, even at level 3. But I'll go ahead and upgrade it anyway. And... supply line I will go ahead and upgrade to. Hunting Lodge I could upgrade as well. Do I want to... I do have the wood for it. Why not? In case I decide to take it into the Bastion round. But I will go ahead and skip. And head into this village right here. Refill defense, don't need that. Let's get a faction card. Raiding camp. Garrison 5. After placing this building adjacent to the enemy, lose 15 defense and immediately spawn another raiding camp. I think I've read that before. I've seen that in the devlog. I've seen it in action in the devlog. And, I will admit that I'm a little intimidated by this new final boss that was added. Should I take in the raiding camp? It's only at level 1. It does spawn another raiding camp when being placed adjacent to an enemy. Well, this is the first time I'm playing as the North, so what's a little experimentation gonna hurt? Okay, it's axes, so I'm gonna take out the castle, put in the raiding camp, and provided that all goes well, I will survive the dark ritual that's taking place in this bastion. The conversion threshold increases every turn for each uncovered black cross. I don't know if I'm gonna survive this, but wish me luck. The Basilica. The Basilica doesn't add buildings to the deck because it intends to steal your groups. Each turn, the conversion threshold increases for each visible black cross spot on the grid. If the conversion threshold is higher than the amount of units in one of your groups, it gets converted. Dear me. Thank you for explaining that to me again, game. 5. Another T-piece. Right? Oh man, I think taking that hunting camp in with me may have been a mistake. This could be a problem. So maybe I should only place one of those hunting camps down onto the grid, not being next to the Basilica. Hall of Heroes, it's gonna be converted. Yuck. Oh dear. Oh, it resets. Does it now? I think I'm gonna have to put the raiding camp in reserve until I get all the rest of these crosses covered. Rally point is, not really gonna be doing much. I think the raiding camp would be a better... so maybe if I place the raiding camp right next to the Basilica... Okay, so it does duplicate, but it resets the conversion to 0. But I can place another one right next to the Basilica, getting me another raiding camp. And I can place it... right here. I unlocked the belligerent faction quest. Alright. Get blocked! You ain't converting any more of my buildings, Basilica. That's not a long piece, but I guess it'll do. Okay, so that's a long piece. Fits snug in that hole. Wood depot. We'll go right down here. Got my horse stable coming up. I think it would be best to go right here. Supply line. Got a lot of troops in exchange for a lot of resources, but that's fine. Okay. That should be adequate. Oh, I don't know if I'm gonna win this. I should have taken the military hospital in, I just realized. Oh boy. Actually, what if I were to take these 5 axes, drop them down here. These 5 axes can go here. And then what's left can just take out the troops in the Basilica. Okay. I have to click on the flag for the boss fight. Or banner, as I see it. Okay, we got him. Belligerent is completed. Basilicant. Nefarious North. Yeah. You Basila couldn't defeat me today, Basilica. I am a shining star of the North. Very first run with the North, and I got a victory on it. Unexpectedly. Okay, so I'm still not quite sure about how the North mostly works, but I'm glad I got a victory under my belt. But, I still can't really explain why the controls were so janky throughout most of Act 1. I think it's pretty clear that if I want to... What do I want to say about it? Okay, well, I did notice in between parts of this part that there was a comfort mode in the control menu, and it only had one rotation option, which was to rotate minus 90 degrees, and you could only do it with one button. And that would cause you to not be able to place blocks or top pieces. Pieces are what they're called. It would make you not be able to place pieces in some spots until you reconfigured the controls. But that's pretty much all I have to say about it. Still can't really explain why the controls were so screwed up. But I think I'm gonna go ahead and end this part off here before I make it even more awkward. So, with all that being said, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you then. Bye!